Welcome to Blazing Balls, Saturday, January 11th, 2025, where we blaze through today's sports ball topics. And right now, we have a band playing live in the background pretty close to us. So,
Nice.
excuse, yes,
Yeah, they're really good too.
Yeah, they're really good. So, it's probably nothing to really be excused. But that's why that's there in the background if it is heard. But
hey, welcome to Blazing Balls.
Yes, Blazing Balls.
And if you like our podcast,
yes.
Please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, and please give us a thumbs up.
There you go. Yep. And if you think we're terrible and we suck, then just
tell us.
No, just leave. No. You don't have to watch. Well, you can also tell us that we suck too.
Yeah.
We'll try to be better.
Well, we had one comment.
It has to be nice, constructive criticism.
Yes, constructive criticism we accept.
If you think we suck, yeah, you can just go do something else.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We had one of our fans was asking where the New York Yankee hats were.
Yes.
Because
shouts out
we didn't have our bling on, so there's my championship.
Yes, Larry Schmidt.
New York Yankees in 1996 when we won it.
There we go.
Okay, but now we're going to talk about the Longhorns, but they lost. So it's a bummer night for us. Longhorns go down against the Ohio State Buckeyes. Unfortunately, last night, 28-14. Ooh, tough loss for the Longhorns. Quentin Ewers was 23-39 for 283 yards, 7.3 average with 2 TDs and 1 interception. Will Howard for the Buckeyes was 24 out of 33 for 289 yards, 8.8 average, 1 touchdown and 1 interception, but he had a quarterback ranking of 90, and Ewers was 70. What are you going to do? Longhorns couldn't establish the running game, which was the key to me. They couldn't establish the running game. Wisner had 17 carries for 46 yards, and Blue had 5 carries for 16 yards. That was basically it. On the receiving side,
there was some sparks here and there, but yeah, for the most, and those sparks came in late in the game. So yeah, for the most part, the run game was unfortunately not established. So that's a good point there.
Yep. Blue had 5 receptions for 59 yards. Golden had 2 receptions for 51 yards, and Helm had 2 receptions for 42, and then Wisner had 6 receptions for 42, and Moore 4 for 31. Oh boy, we had 2 fumbles by Ewers. 1 was lost, and that was hurtful. What are you going to do? It was 4th and 1. I thought Texas was going to score in the 4th quarter, and they went backwards, did not score, and the Buckeyes came down and right down the field and scored. That was it. That broke the back of the game, and Longhorns couldn't get back in it at that point in the 4th quarter. Unfortunate. It was 4th and 1. I was screaming at him to either do the Wildcat with Archibald Manning, and so was Ma, or just to do the sneak, Tom Brady special behind the guard, just sneak back 1 yard and dive in. But they tried to pass it, and they tried to run wide. They lost 7 yards, and then they got sacked, and that was the end of that. What are you going to do? It was a good season for the Texas Longhorns, but it was definitely a bitter defeat for us.
Yeah, and Ohio State was just really good. They're really good. They're the favorite to win before the finals.
Yes,
I've heard watching the Pat McAfee. I forget who said exactly, but it's probably a rumor, but it's probably also true. But he's the Ohio State coach is the only. This was said a while ago too, before even the college football playoffs started, that Ryan Day, the head coach of Ohio State, was the only head coach that basically if he doesn't win the championship, he's gonna get fired.
Right. Yeah.
That's how much pressure
trouble
is on him.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I have to say they played better than we played. They won. That's what happened. That's the game. Longhorns make it to the Final Four, but get eliminated.
Yeah. It was close in the first half, and then when they had that sweep, the screen for 74 yards,
Mhm.
just a perfect screen,
Yep.
perfect blocking of a screen, perfect execution. It was just like a gut punching, wrenching feeling because it was just like crap. They did that. They executed that perfectly. There was nothing that we could do about that. Like that's just how good Ohio State was. They just they're just really good.
That was an amazing play. That
Notre
coach-
Dame, and then
the Buckeyes. Now they're going to play Notre Dame.
yeah,
They're going to play Notre Dame in the championship game. And of course, Notre Dame won their game. They beat Penn State 27-24, and they advanced. So they're going to play Ohio State on January 20th at 6:30 p.m. on ESPN. And Ohio State's the favorite. Ohio State was favored over Texas 6 points. And now they're favored over Notre Dame. I don't know. I think it's sliding around a little bit. It says OSU favored by 9 points.
5.
Oh, boy. Tough on Notre Dame.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's
Yeah.
also interesting. Another factor is where it's going to be played here, and it looks like it's going to be at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Georgia.
In Atlanta.
So, who would you say gets the advantage there?
We're rooting all the way for Notre Dame,
We're
Fighting Irish.
We're rooting for Notre Dame.
Totally.
Who's closer, Ohio State or Notre Dame to Georgia here?
Ohio State.
There you go. Then they're kind of the home team advantage.
Well, maybe.
Kind of goes to them.
Well,
possibly.
it's kind of close.
We'll see.
But-
It depends also who goes. Like maybe Notre Dame fans could sell out more than OSU, but it's
Well-
probably going to be close, 50-50 most likely, if I had to guess.
Yeah, probably. And Ohio State is definitely the favorite to win. So there you go. They were favored against Texas. They beat us. They're favored against Notre Dame, but I'm rooting for Notre Dame all the way. So's Mom.
There you go.
All right.
We just got a touchdown finally for the Steelers.
Oh, boy.
And
Okay, they're back in the
it's
game?
third quarter. Yeah, because it was 0-21. Now 6-21 right now. Waiting on the extra point.
So it's third quarter, 8 minutes left. There's still time for the Steelers to come back, tie the game with 2 touchdowns. There's still time to do that. But Ravens look tough.
Yeah.
They can run the ball. Holy Christmas.
Yep.
That's how you win the Super Bowl. Play defense and run that ball.
Yep. Just give it Derrick Henry.
Holy cow. He was running them over.
Don't mess around.
It's fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's the old school way to win a football game.
Yeah.
My favorite, by the way.
Oh, yeah. The grounded pounds.
There you go.
And so, yeah, on.
Yeah, we got to go.
Yeah, we go. So then also on Thursday, number 14 Ole Miss and the Gator Bowl beat Duke 52-20.
Yeah, too bad for the Blue Devils. Ole Miss is good, though. And their quarterback's good.
Our quarterback was in the portal,
Oh, that's why. That's right.
Malik Murphy.
Yeah, he left. He was in the portal, so he didn't play. So we had the second string quarterback playing, which was difficult for Duke.
That's some bullshit.
Yep.
I feel like I feel like just like
Well, he let all his teammates down.
you can't do that.
No, you can't
let your
do
old
that.
teammates down.
Well, you know, I don't like what happened. They said
I think-
2,000 players are in the portal.
right.
They created a monster. It's crazy.
It's I think okay. So the thing, so they're doing this. I don't think it's a monster. I think it's just a free agency now in the pro ness of the college football. And but because isn't it so is they're just doing it because they don't want to get hurt, right? Is that their reasoning?
Right, yeah.
But so they should just still commit and still play the bowl game.
Definitely.
And then you also get good tape.
The
You put good tape in
reason
the
why
bowl
teams
game.
win is because they love each other.
Yeah. That's
The
part
teams
of it.
that's
Huge
it. And
part of it.
that's part of it. Of course it is. And if you flat leave your team after you've been the leader for the whole season, what about all your teammates? What about the other 55 guys? That's terrible.
I feel like it makes you just look like a bad football player because then you're leaving your teammates and then you're not putting out good tape.
yeah.
That tape can
Yeah.
even if it's not your most recent tape, if it was still good, NFL teams are going to look at the
Well,
old
what
tape.
if he had an incredible game and he was so good in the game that the NFL was really interested in drafting him then?
Yeah, then he had
Right?
the highest stock. He
Yeah,
becomes
then-
number one.
Yeah, well, maybe he's in the first round, but I mean, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That was I don't like it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the way it goes.
Yeah,
But it's bad for
maybe they'll stop
colleges
doing it
because these are colleges.
because
This is about education, and they have students that are looking up to these players, and then the players leave when it comes to the most important game of the season.
And
This
isn't
is
it
crazy.
also those that wins gets the more money too
I don't mind
in the bowl games?
It's supposed to be split.
Oh, split. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Never mind then.
Notre Dame keeps it all. You're looking pretty smart.
Well, there you go. Well, if you're an independent, you
They're
keep
independent.
yours. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, something to be said for that.
Yeah, and then on Friday, January 3rd, in the First Responder Bowl, Texas State beat North Texas 30-28.
It was a good game. High scoring.
In the Dukes Mayo Bowl, Minnesota beat Virginia Tech 24-10. And then
The Gophers
Yep,
beat
Saturday.
the Hokies. Yep.
Yep, in the Bahamas Bowl, where we were watching live last week, we got Buffalo beating Liberty 26-7. And then, the Orange Bowl, Notre Dame beat Penn State 27-24. And then,
It leaves us with the
Couple of
championship game on January 20th.
yes.
Okay, Ohio State versus Notre Dame, Fighting Irish.
Oh, Irish.
Yep.
Yeah, go Irish.
Go Irish. And so, in the NBA live right now, we got the Grizzlies at the T-Wolves. And also earlier today, Suns beat the Jazz 114-106. Pistons beat the Raptors 123-114. Later today, we got the Heat at Blazers. And the Hornets at Clippers, Suns at Lakers, and Rockets at Hawks are all postponed right now.
It's because of the
And,
fires.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Postpone. Icy, and then icy conditions in Atlanta too.
Right, we got on the east side. We got a winter's vortex that came down and crushed many states with freezing cold weather. Oh boy,
Yep.
Chilly at Grandma's house. It was like 4 degrees.
Yeah, I pray everyone's safe on
Mm-hmm.
both fronts there.
Yeah, be safe.
And in the standings here in the Eastern Conference, the Cavs are in first. Celtics are number 2.
Uh-huh.
Knicks are 3.
Go
4
Knicks.
Bucks. Yep. 5 Magic. 6 Pacers. 7 Heat. 8 Pistons. 9 Hawks. 10 Bulls. 11 76ers. 12 Nets. 13 Hornets. 14 Raptors. And 15 Wizards.
Mhm.
In the Western Conference, we got number 1 Thunder. Then we got number 2 Rockets. Then 3 Grizzlies. Then Nuggets, then Mavs, then Lakers, then T-Wolves, then Clippers, then Kings, then Warriors, then Suns, then Spurs, then Blazers, then Jazz, then Pelicans. And so, still no news on Jimmy Butler being traded, but yeah, the Heat are still struggling without Jimmy Butler and him not really him being suspended.
Mhm.
And
Down.
yeah.
Baltimore.
Ravens
Oh,
scored.
touchdown. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Dang,
Derrick
dang
Henry
for
scored
the-
again. Oh,
Steelers.
man. I'll tell you, the Baltimore is tough. Look at this. 40 yards out, 45 yards. Here he goes. Hands it to Derrick Henry. He runs right up the middle. Nobody touches him. Pushes stiff arm. Runs it all the way for the touchdown right down the middle of the field. Holy cow. Wow. Once he gets there in the secondary, you can't
That
stop
was
him.
wild. I feel like everyone I don't know. It just felt like the whole Steelers defense just gave up.
Looked like it.
Like,
It was really
pretty
good blocking.
fast.
It was really good blocking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He had a big hole.
Yeah.
He just ran right through it, and then he stiffed on one tackler and all the way, right down the middle of the field. That's how you win a football game right there. 45 yards up the middle. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nothing breaks the defense worse than that.
Yeah. And so yeah, the back to the basketball though. There was a pretty big game a few days ago. It was actually so big, it was historic with because we had two number one seeds battling out at a super high, with them both coming into super high winning streaks. It hadn't happened in decades. And oh yes, that was Wednesday. Thunder against the Cavs.
And the Cavs
And,
won.
Yeah, and Cavs were home. They won 129 to 122.
A lot of points.
So that
Wow.
was
Good for the fans.
I was watching the end of that game, and yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, good for the fans, good for basketball, because we had a unique game that happened. It had playoff vibes, and they both wanted to prove that they were the best team and did not want to have their super long win streaks being crushed. I believe they were both in the double digits.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was really good basketball.
Good D-ball.
Yeah, and I do believe they are going to rematch here soon. Let's see here, and then let's see when they do that here. Cavs at Thunder. I think it's going to be vice versa.
Right.
Not that day. Not that day. Not that day.
Oh, it's out far.
Yeah, maybe it's further than I expected.
Yeah.
There we go. Thursday coming up here
Okay, Thursday.
in 5 days. Yeah.
Okay,
We're
back
going to have a
again at Thunder.
rematch at Thunder this time, though. So that's going to be a huge game right there. Probably the biggest game coming up. Yeah.
Great.
Right there. So that's
Fun to watch.
it's going to be fun to
Best
watch.
teams.
All right. See you in the PGA Tour.
And they're playing in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Yes. Sorry if I mispronounced any names of this podcast. Matsuyama won the Century last week. He scored minus 35. Morikawa was number 2, minus 32. And M at third, minus 29 there. Yes, now we're at the Sony Open. Day number 3 has wrapped up. Number 1, we got Spawn at minus 13. Number 2, we got Fishburne at minus 12, tied with Jaeger and Cole. And then tied at 5 at minus 11 is Hall, Harmon, Bradley, Echevarria, Taylor, and Hodges.
Good. Keegan's in there, and they're having a good time playing in Hawaii, but it is windy.
And we also have some interesting MLB news that I saw. According to the New York Post, the title is Yankees fans who mauled Mookie Betts at World Series banned from all MLB stadiums indefinitely.
Oh, they stopped him. Yeah, that was diabolical.
Yeah.
That really was diabolical. That was bad for Yankees.
Yeah, just
No, because
bombs.
that wasn't nice at all. Oh, I felt horrible.
So, yeah, it says in a letter from an MLB official post, the league wrote to the banned fans in part, quote, "Your conduct posed a serious risk to the health and safety of the player
Yep.
and went far over the line of acceptable fan behavior.
Yep.
Based on your conduct, Major League Baseball is banning you indefinitely from all MLB stadiums, offices, and other facilities. The death penalty."
They got knocked out. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to say it, but that's good
Yeah.
because they should. I mean, I've been a Yankee fan since I was 5. That's when we went in 1960 when Grandpa took me. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Those guys were so bad.
Yeah, take the trash out.
Yeah.
Take the trash out. I'm sorry, that was not good. Bad for it made the Yankee fans look really diabolical. It wasn't pleasant at all to watch. Oh, man. Okay. Justice was served.
hmm
Okay.
And yeah, so I like this band for them, and yeah, I just thought
Had to be.
good news,
Yeah.
popping up on the screen,
It
and
had to be.
you had to be, that's something you never want to get in your lifetime, but you gotta do something really bad, like basically maul Mookie Betts. Which
Don't
you
do that.
don't do that.
He's a nice guy too.
Everybody loves him.
Yeah. Hey,
He's just playing baseball.
I hated him when he was on the Red Sox. It was bad.
Mhm.
And now he's on the Dodgers, and then we lose to the Dodgers. So I didn't like him again. But I always,
Yeah,
Because
he's a nice person, and he's an incredible baseball
because we're a
player.
Yankees fan. Yeah, but
Yeah.
but we love Mookie Betts as a human
Absolutely
being.
love Mookie Betts. Yeah, he's going to be a sports broadcaster. When he broke his hand, they put him in the booth. We were watching over a period of like 5 weeks. He was the color commentator, and he was really good.
Yeah.
He had really good insight, and he was like getting trained so he could be a broadcaster in the future.
Oh,
It was fun.
Oh yeah, definitely can do it if he wants to.
Sure. Yeah, I like it.
And yeah, heck, he could even like join Poppy. And Jeter possibly.
Yeah, he would join Jeter. Absolutely.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and A-Rod and
Yep, and
the
A-Rod.
gang there.
Yep, they're awesome.
Yep. And CO earlier today. Well, it says the Steelers and Ravens are now delayed right now. So there must be a weather delays going on.
Oh, they had lightning.
I guess so.
Oh, yeah, because it's storming. They can't play with lightning. Nobody plays with lightning.
Yeah.
Hey, nope. Don't do it.
No. Safety first.
Yep.
And CO earlier today. Well, before we do that, we'll go. Before we go earlier today, let's go back and recap last week 18 here. The final week.
Yep. It's over.
So Saturday, a week ago, Ravens beat the Browns 35-10. Turns out Deshaun Watson was playing. He had to undergo a surgery, I believe, for an Achilles or something. I'm not sure, but he actually had a surgery recently, so that's interesting. And but yeah, that was in the news. We got Bengals beating the Steelers 19-17,
Mm-hmm.
so they stayed alive.
Yep.
And they were rooting to stay alive the next day, but they had to have some teams win for them. And then, spoiler alert, they didn't. And then Sunday in overtime, Panthers beat the Falcons 44-38.
Awesome.
Yep. Texans beat the Titans 23-14.
Yes.
Eagles beat the G-Men 20-13.
Oh boy.
And Colts was actually good because then they got a top. They got number 5, I believe, in the drafts.
4.
Number 4. There we go.
4.
So
right.
At least
they
didn't beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
And
they're going to get a better draft.
Should have lost to the Raiders, but that's
they would have had the first round, the first
pick. They didn't listen to us. They didn't put in the practice squad, but
And they kept the coach and the general manager. He's in it for another year.
Okay, so it's actually not delayed. I don't know why.
Is it on now?
Saying it's delayed.
Is it on?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
And then in overtime, Colts beat the Jags 26-23. Commanders beat the Cow Patties 23-19. Bears beat the Packers 24-22. In Tampa Bay, for the win in order to clinch the division, the Bucks beat the Saints 27-19.
Yeah, good game. Get the stats on Baker. Let's see it.
Yes, Bake went 21-32, 221 yards, 2 tuds, 1 interception.
Go Baker Mayfield.
Yes, at the very end there, it was kind of sad because Mike Evans needed, I believe, 5 more yards to get 1,000 yards of the season and tie Jerry Rice for 1,000 yards for 11 NFL seasons.
It's amazing.
And at the very end there, Bucky ran in a touchdown, and then we didn't have the ball, and it was a kind of a gut when I was watching it was kind of like a gut sinking feeling because it was like, crap, Mike Evans isn't going to get his 1,000 yards this season.
Nope.
But the defense stopped him.
Yep.
And then it was amazing to watch. And then they go onto the field, and instead of kneeing it down for the safetyness of everything, because this could be an interception. If you try to throw this to Mike Evans, they go out, they lined up, they saw what the defense lined up on, took a timeout. Baker Mayfield throws to Mike Evans for about 8 yards, and then he gets over 1,000 yards to tie Jerry Rice, and it was an amazing.
And the game was over.
And the game was over.
Epic.
It was epic. It was really wonderful.
It was
That
great
was
to see
fun
that.
to
Yeah.
watch.
It was
Mhm.
fun to watch. He got it, and Jerry Rice is incredible. So he tied Jerry Rice. It's just like, yeah, it's wonderful, and I was really glad that Baker could deliver to him. That's his favorite receiver.
Mhm.
That's his go-to player. Yep.
So that was
Amazing.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
What fun. That's what football's about right there, right?
I also saw a clip that was fun to watch. It was Baker giving his linemen cookies and milk.
Yeah.
And then there were like cookies with like their jerseys. And
Yeah,
So that was-
his wife cooked them. What's his wife's name, Mama?
Emily.
Emily cooked them.
it was fun
There
to
you
watch,
go.
but maybe go with the vegan cookies
Yeah.
and then some vegan milk. Not the whole milk.
Yeah.
Maybe get some like protein packed, some
Yeah,
vegan
oat milk.
cookies. There you
Yeah,
go.
oat milk. That's what we drink.
Make it a healthier
Yeah,
version.
we
next
try to be
time.
healthy. That's right.
Yeah. And so, all right. So then, Pats beat the Bills 23-16. Chargers beat the Raiders 34-20. Cards beat the 49ers 47-24. Broncos beat the Chiefs 38-0.
That was an interesting game.
Yeah, the Chiefs were resting a lot of their players.
Yep.
Broncos then secured their ticket into the playoffs, eliminating the Bengals and the
Yep.
Dolphins
Yep.
doing that.
Chiefs played their second string team, and the Broncos were delighted.
Seahawks beat the Rams 30-25. Jets beat the Dolphins 32-20.
Mhm.
And the Lions. So this one, the Vikings and the Lions game, was the biggest regular season game in history because we had two 14-2 teams that were this is the first time ever that two 14-2 teams were going into the final game of the season for the division.
Right. We both picked the Lions, and they won at home.
Yep.
31-9. Yep.
Yep.
They were good.
And so because of that, they secured the first round bye, and now the Vikings have to play against the Rams. And that game was going to be played in LA, but now because of the wildfires, it is being played in Arizona.
Okay. Yeah. Smart.
Yes.
Stay out of that.
Oh yeah. And so tomorrow we got the Broncos at the Bills.
Bills.
Who do you got? Yeah,
Bills.
the Bills.
There you go.
Packers at Eagles.
Eagles.
Birds.
Yeah. Birds are going to win.
Yep.
They got Barkley.
Yeah.
Do you believe what I just said?
Something
That's
else.
all
Oh my! Yeah, you go, Mama.
Mhm,
Oh, burn, burn, burn. Okay,
mhm.
and then we got
Commanders at Bucks prime time.
Buccaneers.
Bucks.
Buccaneers. They got to knock out Washington,
And we're getting healthy too. We're getting Winfield back and other key players too.
and we're home.
And we're home.
Okay, Tampa Bay.
Beautiful.
Okay, go Buccaneers.
And then Monday night prime time, Vikings at Rams.
Rams at home.
We're going with the Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings are good.
But they got Dicker the kicker on the Rams.
Dicker the kicker is on the Chargers.
Chargers.
Oh, right.
And they just got eliminated by the Texans.
That's true.
Today.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, Dicker the kicker had a tough play earlier in that game. He was kicking an extra point. It was deflected? I'm kind of confused on what happened exactly. The ball went up into the air though, and then he knocked it down. He was later coached on the sideline. Hey, you got to just catch that one in that scenario because then the Texans picked it up, ran it back for 2 points.
Right. They get 2 points for that if they run it back. That's correct.
Mhm.
That was a mistake.
So that was an anomaly that happened. So that was
Tough play.
tough play, but
He's an amazing kicker.
yeah, he had
Lake Travis High School.
an anomaly kick before
University
with
of
that kicking
Texas.
rule.
Yeah.
The whatever rule that kick rule was, he did it though, and it was amazing when he kicked it on the 50 about
Yeah. Way back.
for the
Free kick.
some kind of kick, the
Yeah.
free kick rule, whatever
Yep.
it's called. Yeah, it's interesting. And so
So we got some good pro football coming up this weekend. Lots of good stuff to watch tomorrow.
Yeah. And
The wild card.
yep. The Super Wild Card weekend is here. And is there any other sports ball topics you want to go over?
That's a wrap, sports fans.
Yep. And we'll catch you all here next week, blazing through next week's sports ball topics. Peace.
Blazing Sports.